When you're depressed, you're forgetting who you are. This video is all about how when we feel this sense of hopelessness, we're also forgetting everything that makes us uniquely ourselves. And if you've ever felt this before, this overwhelming sense of hopelessness, it really comes when you're forgetting what is even the purpose of you existing on this planet, right? It comes from thinking that there isn't a reason for you specifically to exist, and that there isn't really going to be a future where it's worth it to stick around. And if you've ever felt this way, I want you to know that you're not alone. And even the most successful people might feel this way sometimes. It also comes from being extremely overwhelmed and exhausted. So if you have periods in your life where you're just experiencing a lot of changes and a lot of new beginnings and a lot of challenges, you might feel this sense of hopelessness. And you might also get to a point where you're just so tired and so burnt out from all the challenges that life gives you that you just feel hopeless. You're like, what's even the point of all this anymore? I'm just so out of my comfort zone and so exhausted. And I think the root of this problem, the root of this situation, the root of this momentary feeling is this feeling of forgetting who you are. You know, I felt this myself recently for a few weeks, really, but really strongly on certain days where I would just kind of forget. Like, I would really wake up and think, who am I? What have I even done? What have I even accomplished? You know, and is any of it even important? Even though on other days I could look at the same set of information and think, wow, like I've done a lot. I've spoken on so many stages. I've helped so many people. I've hosted so many events. I've created and launched so many beautiful new things and made so many friends and have been a good friend and a good daughter and all these great things. But on other days, I just completely forget. It's almost like that version of me doesn't even exist. And it's really lacking vision and ambition. But when you're feeling this way, you actually don't even want to feel ambitious. You don't even want to feel like there's anything to really work towards, because it just feels annoying. It just feels hopeless and pointless, and you don't even really want to set goals. And I just really want to acknowledge you if you're feeling that way and kind of forgetting what was even the point of the visions and goals that were given to you in this life. And I think really though, and I want you to like write this down and take this away from this video, is that the purpose of life comes from the impact we make on the world, and not always a tangible impact, not necessarily a number of followers or sales or views, but rather what your presence is bringing into this world. And I think that is what you should go back to, and what you can go back to on the days where this hopelessness is so strong, is remembering that at the core of it, you're really touching lives just by being who you are, just with your own special essence and your own unique energy that you bring to this world. Even on your saddest and most hopeless days where you're feeling completely uninspired, even in that state, your energy is uniquely contributing to the planet and to the lives of everyone around you, your friends, even if you feel like you have no friends, even just the people that you interact with on a daily basis, and your family and your loved ones. And just by being yourself, you're already having a purpose and you're already having an impact. And that's really where you can start to remember who you are. You can just start by remembering who you are in terms of who you are in the lives of those you love. And then once you start feeling a little bit better, then you can actually think more about your purpose overall and the impact you've had outside of just your energy, through your work, through your creations, through all the amazing things that you've brought into this world. When you're depressed, you're forgetting who you are, but when you're remembering who you are, when you're starting to remember, you can actually start to decide how you want to remember yourself. And when you start feeling a tiny little bit better, then you can start to think about who you want to be. But you can't go from feeling completely hopeless and feeling completely unnecessary to being able to jump right into setting all your goals and feeling all better again. You need to start small, and you also might not even want to hear it, right? You might reach out to some people, or people might reach out to you, right, on Instagram or anywhere, and start telling you, well, how could you say this? You know, you're so accomplished and you're so successful. And maybe when they say it, it actually just bothers you, and you're like, yeah, but you have no idea what I'm actually going through. And I feel you in that, you know, it can be really hard, and you don't even want to hear it from anybody around you because you feel like they don't even understand, you know, they can't even feel how it feels to completely disassociate from yourself and forget who you are. They think that, you know, something drastic must have happened to you for you to feel so hopeless. But it can happen to anybody at any time, and it can especially happen to you when you're really actually trying to put yourself out there and really trying to follow your dreams and goals, because it gets so overwhelming and it gets so exhausting and it gets so scary. So if you're in this state, I want you to just remember that your essence and your energy alone is helping the world. And even if you achieved nothing else ever again, if you were just to become completely incapable of even walking or even doing anything ever again, you're still valuable, and you've still already been valuable in the world. And after you can feel a little bit of that in yourself again, then you can start to think about what you've done and what you've created. And then maybe if you start feeling comfortable, then you can start to reach out to people around you and just ask them to remind you. It's okay to ask people to remind you about what they see in you. It's okay to ask for people to tell you why they love you and to tell you why they value you as a friend. So that's something that you can do. But if you're ever thinking about, why am I so depressed, and why does my depression come and go, and why do I have these incredible, massive mood swings, then one answer might be that you're forgetting who you are. So I hope this video helps you to understand and to think about how you are necessary to this planet, and how no matter what mistakes you've made and what challenges you've gone through and or what achievements you've made as well, nevertheless, you're valuable just for existing and just for being on planet Earth. So I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll talk to you guys next time.